We're here at the Red Mall for Cincinnati Reds Caravan as the Reds come to town before the 2019 season. We have the opportunity to speak with Marty Brennaman and Tucker Barnhart about the upcoming Cincinnati Reds season.
King Brothers Used Cars in Winchester has a huge selection of Fords, Chevys, Jeeps, and more. Come by and see why people have been choosing King Brothers for over 50 years or visit kingbrotherscars.com. Family owned and time tested since 1966.
I don't care about Seattle. Okay. I'm just telling you. Good luck to the Mariners. I don't care.
Here with Tucker Barnhart of Cincinnati Reds. Tucker, thank you for taking time to join us before the Caravan this afternoon here in Lexington. Entering the season, Cincinnati has a lot of new pitchers on the staff. So, as a catcher, how do you adjust to having new pitchers on the staff at spring training?
It's an adjustment process for sure, like you said. But you take the time in the spring to develop relationships with them, learn how they like to pitch, and you kind of work through the kinks and get all that stuff out before the season starts. It starts in the bullpen, it starts in the video room, kind of just going over some things and help familiarize yourself with the new guys. And it's just something that takes a little bit of time, but once the season gets rolling, we should have everything worked through, and we should be just fine.
New pitchers on the staff, guys you've seen last year, some of the young guys, the rookies. Who's impressed you the most this offseason? Who do you think's made the biggest improvements from last season?
Well, I honestly haven't seen too many of the guys this offseason, but I think at the tail end of last year, I think Cody Reed pitched really well for us. He threw a lot more strikes than he has previously in his career.
I know you have a young son. So what's tougher, having a young son getting up at all hours of the night or catching a knuckleballer?
I would have to say a knuckleballer for sure. The unfamiliarity with it, and as far as where the ball's going to go and not knowing what it's going to do is really tough.
All right, last question. Billy Hamilton's gone now. He's in Kansas City. Are you going to pick up the stolen base slack?
I think I'm probably going to have to. Tough shoes to fill, but I think I'm well capable of doing so, and hopefully I can steal about 35 or 40 this year.
Thank you, Tucker. Good luck next season.
You got it. Thank you,
sir.
Take care.
With legendary Marty Brennaman, the longtime voice of the Cincinnati Reds. Marty, thanks for joining us before the Caravan gets underway this afternoon.
My pleasure, Donald. Thank you.
Welcome to Central Kentucky. Of course, we're basketball crazy here, and you've called quite a few basketball games in your career, 11 Final Fours, including the Duke and Kentucky Classic in '92. What's been your favorite game to call in college basketball?
That might be it. I know the Kentucky fans probably are not happy to hear about the so-called Christian Laettner game, but I truly believe it didn't make any difference who won. Had Kentucky been fortunate enough to win, I'd have said the same thing. A lot of people consider that to be arguably the best college basketball game ever played, and I felt privileged to have called it. I know from Kentucky's perspective it didn't come out the way they had hoped it would, but still it was a great basketball game. I have two favorite players in the 45 years I've been with the Reds, and that would be Joe Morgan and Pete Rose. Morgan for 2 years when he won the MVP award in 1975 and 6 has been the best player I've ever seen. As far as the best player that I've ever seen play against the Reds, I'd have to think about that. That would take some time. I can't readily come up with a name that someone who stood head and shoulders above everybody else.
Last question is, why this year? Why 2019 to be your final season?
That's a good question. For one thing, I think 46 years is enough. The biggest single reason I'm healthy enough at going on 77 that I can, when I retire, go places and do the things that I've wanted to do. My three big wish list things to do are going to the Masters Golf Tournament, going to the Indy 500, and go to the Kentucky Derby. I've never been able to do any of those three, and I want to be able to write them off of my bucket list. But I'm looking forward to retirement with mixed feelings because I know I'm going to miss it this time next year when everybody gets set and packs up to go to spring training and I'm not going.
Well, thank you for joining us, and good luck to the Reds this year, and good luck to you in your final season.
Thank you, Donald. Thank you.
I'm Donald Foster for Wbontv. Join us on our website, wbontv.com, Facebook, and Twitter for more news like this.